Good afternoon all. Beautiful sunny Thursday afternoon, and here we are at Lads Without Dad's Woodland home, and this is going to be a little video, just a walkthrough of the area and the land, give you some idea of the plans we have for the area and what the place looks like really. Amazing sunny day for it, so I'll give you a walkthrough. It's about 3.5 acres of pasture land we have here. Down in the far left is where we're going to be planting an orchard. Lots of apple and pear trees. And a little bit further up is where we intend on having some livestock, a couple of sheep, some chickens, ducks, hopefully a couple of goats amongst others. We need to plant more saplings along the hedgerow, and obviously this field needs cutting. It's been about 2 or 3 years since the pasture land has actually been cut. I've actually been to meet the farmer up the road today. He very kindly is going to cut the land for us. We have to pay him mind, but he is going to cut it, fair play. Once it's cut, I've been told that it will be like a green desert apparently. Lush grass and plenty of space for camping, outdoor activities, football, tennis. Just see the polytunnel in the middle of the frame there. I'll take you for a walk down there in a little while. This shed that's already up on site, it needs a little bit of work. It's still very sturdy, pretty waterproof, but it does need lining, boarding. Hoping to get a log burner in there. And this then will be used as an office, tool store, first aid point, just generally the hub. Excuse the mess, this isn't mine, it has been here for quite a long time. But as you can see, plenty of room in here. Even got a view of the fire pit through the window. This little area we've already started doing a bit. Got a little fire pit and the start of a natural windbreaker. The very quickly put together log store there needs some improvement, but it's doing the job for now. And then across this little bridge is where we'll eventually have a compost toilet. We've got a toilet tent at the moment and a little camping carsy, but that will do the job for now. These bridges all need repairs, making safe. We'll also be planting more saplings around the entire perimeter to make the area a little bit more private, and also obviously just to add more trees. There's a little pond just over in the middle there. I will take a walk over once I've showed you the polytunnel. The plan with the pond is to dredge it and widen it. It's already full of tadpoles and little lizards and newts around the place. Okay, this will eventually be our outside veggie garden for all of our root vegetables and things like that. Again, a lot of work, a lot of digging, turning over, and then eventually planting. This polytunnel I did clear at the end of last year, and every bit of reed and grass was out of here, but as you can see, it's like a jungle again. Plenty of room in here. I think it's 36 foot. So on the right hand side here, have like pallets with compost bags for tomatoes and things like that. Even the remnants of a grapevine growing there. So who knows, in the future we could maybe even make our own wine. That'd be nice. Raised beds the other side. And the plan eventually is to have all sorts of fruits and vegetables growing in here. And hopefully eventually making things like jams and chutneys and different preserves. All of which could be sold to generate further revenue to develop the land and pay for the land as well, more importantly. I'll take you down into the little woodland area. In total there's about 3.5 acres, I think, 3 to 3.5 acres of woodland. But for Lads Without Dads and our purposes, for the time being, we've sort of sectioned off a little area which will be plenty big enough for camping and activities with the young men. Again, it's a little soggy underfoot here, and this is because the drainage ditches that run around the perimeter of the land, they haven't been taken care of for quite some time now. So a bit of manual labour is going to be needed to scrape and dig out all of the fallen trees and stuff that's just built up in these drainage ditches. Again, repairs to these little bridges are going to need to be done to make it all nice and safe. And over the last couple of months where we've had high winds, there's quite a lot of trees have fallen. So a lot of work to chop these up and get it cleared. This big tree here in front of me. Planning eventually to have a tree house. This whole area, lots and lots of clearing needed. Beautiful little camping area. As we come through into this section, little makeshift rope swing that we did last year. We will make a bigger one soon. Got a little fire pit area that we've started to establish. And a little natural shelter. Was actually one big fallen tree on the side. And what we've done is started stacking branches around it. Just a bit of a natural shelter from any wet weather we may have eventually. Again, more little open areas. We need to clear the brambles and a lot of the dead wood, and also quite a few of the trees are going to need to be surveyed and cut to make sure that there's no dead or dangerous branches like that one. Another little nice open area that with a bit of clearing will also make a lovely little camping spot for when we're running activities. And then if I was to follow this little path just across the drainage ditch, the other side is Lledy Reservoir, the huge top reservoir where there's private fishing, which hopefully we'll eventually have permits to fish in with the young men. And the bottom reservoir, which is about a 10-minute walk, can be used for all sorts of water sports and activities such as paddleboarding, kayaking, and of course these are things that we'd like to be able to offer in the future as well. Like I say, there is quite a lot more woodland running across the top. Just in front of me there, if you kept going, there's probably another 2 acres of woodland. But for now, this space is more than enough to be used for the activities that we're going to be running. And then obviously with time, we can develop more and more areas. Pretty much south facing here as well in this pasture land, so very lucky to get the sun from sunrise till almost sunset. When the sun does set, it tends to go behind the trees at the top there, but we can't complain. Again, it's a little bit boggy walking through here, but that, like I say, the pasture land hasn't been cut, I think, for about 2 years now. So it's growing and dying on itself, growing and dying on itself. It's all sort of bulked up underfoot and is holding a lot of water right now, which is why it's a little bit boggy. But once it's been cut and the sun gets to it, the grass will come back green. We'll clear the drainage and, well, we've got a perfect little area for camping and outdoor activities, which is exactly the sort of thing we want to be doing with these young men. Here we have the pond. Like I say, we do intend on dredging this and widening it. There's already quite a few tadpoles and signs of life in there. And here we are. That straight in front will be where the orchard is. To the middle will be our livestock. The top area, camping and recreation. And the whole plan is, when these young men come here, to teach them how to light a fire, climb a tree, plant a seed, and just basically be human beings. Instead of watching Netflix and playing on mobile phones and Xboxes, which myself included are guilty of sometimes. But I think it's very important to at least have the option of being a bit more outdoorsy in this day and age. I don't think there's enough of it. Well, that's just a little tour of what we're working with here. As you can see, there's lots and lots of work that needs to be done. We're going to need volunteers to help clear and lift, dig, move, plant. We could do with donations because we're going to need various equipment, saplings, seeds, tools, fencing. Huge list of things that we need. But I'm completely confident that with the help of the great volunteers, friends, family members, and members of the public who continually support this vision for Lads Without Dads, that by late summer this year, we should start being able to introduce some activities. Well, thank you all for your time and for watching. And that's it. Watch your space. We'll be back soon. Bye.